Hey everybody, Kevin Mullen here with the Office of Youth and Adult Ministry, missions to love and serve young people. It's 2 Minute Tuesday on May 17th. So it's been a couple weeks since I posted a video. Hopefully you all have somehow gotten along without them to administering your parishes. It's been a full few weeks for me as well. I've been up to Browning twice, chatting and coordinating our Justice Outreach project this year, which I'm super excited about. I was also in Butte several times the last couple weeks working with both the confirmation retreat, which is a lot of fun, and with the Butte Central retreats. It's really good. Any excuse for me to get out of the office and be in person with young people is a lot of fun. Then we've also been in the process of interviewing and hiring for our summit team. We've got a couple of really great candidates that I'm so looking forward to working with this summer. I've also been working with Carroll College on the St. Kateri Institute and their brand new Theology of Adventure Camp, which is scheduled for the beginning of August, that I'll share some more details on here. I also, beginning of May, was on the NFCYM Board of Directors meeting, which as the secretary, I must say, I took great notes for you all, but it was a lot of fun just kind of seeing colleagues around the country and chatting with them about sort of the direction of youth ministry. I've also been helping with the Eucharist at Congress planning, which is fast approaching, coming up that first week in June. I've also spent a lot of time just kind of on some administration stuff with our budgeting and planning for next year, which I do have some dates for next year and some highlights that I want to share with you. So let's jump into it. If you are looking to build some momentum in your ministry, start this summer. I'd highly encourage you to bring your kids to one or more of these summer events. We know that youth ministry is built on relationships, and there is no shortcut for building relationships. You must spend time with young people and get to know them. And these summer events are a great way for youth ministers and parishes and schools to do just that, to spend time with your kids in environments that are Christ-centered. So don't miss that opportunity this summer. Parents, send your kids with your youth minister to these events or come along with them. There's some really, really incredible opportunities for you to accompany young people this summer. First up, the Eucharist at Congress is June 10th through the 12th at Carroll College. This event is open for all ages, although it's really geared towards kind of high school and older. We'll have speakers and workshops and other sort of typical stuff that you'd find at a Catholic event, but it's all centered around the Eucharist. The highlight, I think, for this event is going to be our Eucharistic procession, where we're gonna march, we're gonna process the Eucharist from Carroll College all the way to the cathedral on Sunday morning. You don't want to miss that. You can find the information and register ahead of time. Please do that as soon as you can at diocesehelena.org. Right off the heels of that event is the St. Kateri Institute, scheduled for June 12th through the 15th. If you're looking for an event that sort of dives deep into the teachings of the church around truth, beauty, and goodness, especially through the lens of creation, then St. Kateri is it. It's a phenomenal program. It's really unique. We'll do things like we'll take a boat tour on the Missouri. We'll visit some working ranches. We'll do some hiking and some other excursions like that. And then we'll also have some really engaging lessons and teachings from Carroll College Catholic Studies and Theology faculty. So a great program. Highly encourage that, June 12th through the 15th. Then we have probably my favorite program, which is Justice Outreach Project. It's June 19th through the 24th in Browning. One of the unique things about this year is that we will be staying out at St. Anne's Parish in Heart Butte, which we have not done before. This is going to give us the chance to get to know and serve a community that we just haven't spent a ton of time with. Then just last week when I was up in Browning, I heard from Father Rod that JOP will coincide with the Missionaries of Charity visit to the reservation. So I'm really looking forward to getting to know and work alongside them. Again, that's June 19th through the 24th. In July, we have High School Camp at Legendary Lodge, July 10th through the 15th, and Leadership Camp, which is July 17th through the 22nd. There are still a few spots open in Leadership Camp, but make sure that your kids register as soon as possible. We have several other opportunities for ministry in July, starting with the Legendary Adventure Camp. If you're looking for the sort of depth of theology and conversations that the St. Kateri Institute offers, and you want to test your physical endurance by backpacking several miles each day, then the Legendary Adventure Camp is for you. It's a 5-day backpacking experience in the Bitterroot Mountains this year with Father Kirby. There are 3 weeks available. All are co-ed, and space is limited to 10 spots each week. Week 1 is July 11th through the 15th, and then the next week is July 18th through the 22nd. Finally, the third week is July 25th through the 29th. Finally, Carroll College has launched what they're calling the Theology of Adventure Camp. Similar to the legendary Adventure Camp, the idea here is to spend time thinking, praying, and recreating in the wilderness. However, this camp is a little more accessible. You don't have to hike several miles every day. The camp is going to start at Carroll College's campus. That'll kind of be home base. That begins on Saturday, July 30th, and then it'll go on various excursions and be staying out in the wilderness for basically for the next week, ending on Friday, August 5th. So that's a busy summer, and I'm super excited to be spending time outdoors with young people, sharing these moments of encounter with our Creator. And so please encourage your young people to sign up. Bring yourself, if you're a youth minister, sign up for these. If you're a parent, make sure that your young person knows about them and send them with your youth minister. Turning to next year, just a few updates. I've got some tentative dates for our events next year. We'll follow a similar calendar as always, with one significant note. CYC Board next year will have 3 meetings plus a spiritual retreat in December, which will be open to any high school youth, including those who are not on CYC Board. This is really a result of dozens of conversations and hours that I've spent thinking and praying about what is youth ministry in our events, what do they look like next year, sort of post-pandemic. And so I have a lot to say, and there's a lot that goes in behind this decision. But one of the things that we recognized was that there's a real need and desire for young people to meet in person, but there's also a real demand on the time for our young people and families. Our families, there's no shortage of things for them to do every weekend. And so rather than adding another event to the calendar, what we decided to do is that we would take one of those CYC board meetings and we would turn it into a high school retreat that will open it up to any high school youth. And let me be clear that retreat will still be an expectation for those who are on CYC board. So there will still be 4 weekends for CYC board. And so the expectation is that you will be at that retreat, and we will open it up to other high school youth. So I really don't have more details than that right now. We're not going to call it a search or an awakening because those have kind of some baggage and different connotations for different people. So I didn't want to just say it's going to be a search or an awakening. But we'll do some of the typical things that you would have at a high school retreat, right? So we'll have talks and prayer sessions and things like that. But we didn't want to just call it a search or an awakening. We'll probably invite the CYC board to come up with some catchy name for it next fall, and then I'll send more information about that. Right now, what you need to do is just mark your calendar and protect that in your ministry. So that's the weekend of December 9th through the 11th. We'll have our high school retreat that will be expected for our CYC board to be at, and then we will also invite any high school youth to participate. Well, that's a lot. I look forward to seeing you all this summer. Make sure to sign up. You can find all the information you need about our summer ministry programs at dohyouth.org/summer ministry. Please pray for me, pray for our bishop, and together we will all pray for our young people. God bless.